still using my daughter's hair tie as a rubber band. The thing is so soft, it's just nice on the paint. So, and it's pretty. Welcome back to the workbench, where we try to make things. What I'm trying to make today, or continue to try to make today, is Revell's 1971 Mach One Mustang. And this is for the Blue Ox Model Shop Street Machine group build. And we're almost done. I really want to get this thing wrapped up, and I really thought I would have it wrapped up today. But as you can see, I don't, because there's been a little bit more work than I thought would have to go into this over the weekend to get this front end finished. So what I thought we would do today is take a quick look at what's going on with the front end. And then I thought we would also just take a quick review of the whole car, because I've got a lot of new subscribers and they might not be up to date or current with this series. And I really doubt they want to go back, or you guys want to go back and watch 53, 54, something like that, episodes of me fumbling my way through building this. So I thought at the end here, we'll just take a quick review of where we're at. But for now, I've got to get this front end finished. And I've actually got the grille fitted now. So what we were having was an issue of the grille sitting too low. The chassis and the body basically weren't quite matching up, because we've got a lot of custom stuff going on, which we'll show at the end. So I had to get the grille to move up, and I had a great comment last episode saying, you know, there's two clips. When we talked about it, there's no way you're probably gonna be able to see them, but there's basically, I don't know how these tabs, that's what we'll call them. There's two tabs inside, let me see, one here and one here. And when I say there, I mean there used to be tabs there. So what I did is I just cut them out. I just completely cut them out. You can kind of see, hopefully, let me see if I can aim this for you. I am still using my daughter's hair tie as a rubber band. The thing is so soft, it's just nice on the paint. So, and it's pretty. It's pretty. My daughter tells me it's pretty, so I used it. No, it's actually just soft on the paint. But anyways, looking in here, you can probably see where it's white down there. That's where the paint has been removed and where the tab used to be. So there's one there and there. So by removing the tabs on the chassis, I was able to slide or move the grille all the way up into position on the body. So it's, I guess technically it would be a little off to the chassis, but it doesn't matter, right? And then it actually gave me glue up points inside here also. So that has worked. And then you can see I've got the rear fascia, the front fascia, the bottom front fascia gluing up now. And if we take the bumper, and this is the problem we were having, right? With the way it used to be, the bumper would not sit in place. Now it pretty much, yep, there you go, sits right in place where it should be in relation to the grille. Now, two things. All the manhandling of this and doing it, I'm gonna have to go back and touch up before I put the bumper on, which is why the bumper is not glued in place. I need to go back and touch up the chrome here, the little chrome trim around, and this is the part that really kind of stinks. And you probably can't even see it. And honestly, I could leave it be and nobody would probably ever notice besides me. But you can probably see, so this corner of the windshield broke loose, and that's with the the manipulating of the body, right? And that popped loose, that corner, which is going to be, let me see, which is going to be tough. I'm going to have to get in here, try to get some glue in there, and then push it back in place, which is probably how, see, it'll push back in place, but it's all just kind of, again, flexed a little bit. So what I think I'm going to have to do, to be honest with you, you can see we've got this gap back also. I need to close that gap up. This gap has really been the bane of my existence, but I want to close that back up. So I'll probably do that first, which then I think puts our windshield back where, the way it needs to be. And then I'll glue the windshield in place. But this is going to be a tough one, because I can't get the body can't come off at this point. So I'm going to have to try to push from the backside. Anyways, if you have any ideas on the best way to achieve that, getting that gap back closed up right there, if you can even see it, let me know. But anyways, just a quick review of the car itself. Obviously, we've got Not the stock motor. This motor came out of Revell's Chip Foose FD100 model. Now, the engine itself has a lot of extras to it, like a distributor and plug wires and a different coil and a different carburetor. And I've added throttle linkages and fuel lines, and we've got all our wiring running down both fender wells. I added brake lines that start here at the master cylinder. This is if I remember correctly, yeah, this is a different alternator that's in there. The alternator came with this kit was kind of it didn't look very good. So that's a different alternator I put in it with its single wire coming over. It has a custom, what do you call it, a belt kit. So there's a lot of custom stuff going on. The main issues we had with this motor, of course, was the different pan and transmission and whatnot. So all this fit differently. We had to move, basically our transmission crossmember used to sit here. We had to move it back here. Had to, if I remember right, I had to clean out a bunch of this stuff. Yeah, I had to kind of shave this crossmember way down to get everything to fit. Of course, to get the headers to fit, and then we put this H-pipe section. This is, if I remember right, yeah, from here back is the stock exhaust for this model. The H-pipe section, as you can probably tell, we made ourselves because, of course, the original exhaust did not match up with headers because this did not have, the original motor in this kit did not have full-length headers. It just had shorties on it. So I had to redo that. Here's our brake lines coming back. And there's a line. This is actually, I take that back. This is our fuel line going forward. Here's our brake line runs back right here through the transmission tunnel. Of course, I'm going to add more weathering back under here. We had it nicely weathered, but then it kind of wears off as I handle it as much as I'm doing. The interior itself, trying to remember, is pretty much stock. It's always hard to show this too. It's pretty much stock in there. But what's not stock is we put a stereo. Let me get the glare off of it. We put a stereo in the back, so we've got our 2 subs and 2 amps, and then it's all wired up, and hopefully you can kind of see that back in there without the glare. We also, I always forget about this, we had to kind of tub the back end for the rear wheels because we're using, I probably haven't shown this in forever, we're using these wheels and tire combos from a Mercedes-Benz model I had. Is that front or back? Let's see, the fronts and backs are different widths. Yeah, so this is a back wheel and tire, which are wider. So I actually had to kind of tub it out a little bit. And then I connected the tubs to, the way it worked better was just to move the tubs to attach those to the interior tub. There we go. Where they, of course, used to be part of the chassis tub. And that worked better. And that's going to get these to fit, the wheels to fit in here, which I've actually got to go in and clip these little tabs here. I kind of forgot about it. We're going to clip those so that we can get the wheels to sit in back here, but to be able to fit, I had to be able to, basically without doing that, they would fit like, they would fit all crooked. And that's to get them to fit straight, which they do now, and to sit as low as we're going to want them to. So that works out. And also we've got, let's see, we've got one that's kind of set up. I've got to finish these actually. The brakes, we got brake setups that are going to go in, disc and whatnot, front and back. The front wheels actually fit in nicely. They're not mountable because I don't have the brakes in yet, but they're going to mount right in here like so. And then I think that's about it. We're using U-Pole automotive paint for the color, the red, and the black. That's U-Pole automotive also. The black down here we painted, and then put the stripes on, and then of course did the bare metal foil for. I'm sure I'm missing a ton of stuff that we have done on this car because it took a lot to get to this point. It took a lot for me, at least. This is the first time I've kind of detailed one up this far. But let me know what you think down in the description, especially if you're new to the channel and you're just getting your first introduction to this build. We've got 2 other builds going on, and then once this one finishes, we're actually bringing in a third build that I have planned. So we kind of always have basically 3 kits going at the same time, just so we can keep content. But all focus is on this right now because we're getting this finished this week, period. I need to get something done, and I want to get this one done, especially because I think the Blue Ox, the Street Machine build, I think ends in December. I think. I still haven't checked. I really ought to check on that, I guess. But I do want to get it finished for that. So all focus is on this guy, but we have two more builds going on, the Thunderbird and then the F100 truck, which the kit that this motor came out of. But then we're going to be bringing in a third build so that we so we can have constant updates. So we're not waiting on dry time and all that. Anyways, we can do daily updates is the point. But let me know what you think down in the description. You got any idea of the best way to fix this windshield? I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can before tomorrow. I really thought I'd have more of this done. I mean, we're not far. It's not far. It's a matter of putting the hood in, and I've got the hinges painting right now for that. And then putting the wheels on once this front end's done. And I think that's about it, right? We got to put the door handles and rearview mirrors on, which I'm gonna probably do last because I'm always scared of knocking that stuff off while I manhandle things. But anyways, I'll get as much done before tomorrow. Join me tomorrow to see where we're at, how much I was actually able to get done. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Hit the like if you would. It really does help the channel. Subscribe. We're working on 10,000 subscribers. We're getting close. I'd love to get there. So if you made it this far through the video, hit that subscribe button. It's free and it helps out. I don't know. Do all those things everybody tells you to do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.